Hey everyone, I'm Dan and welcome to Disney Decoded. For 16 months, one of the most iconic silhouettes in Magic Kingdom was hidden behind construction walls. On May 3rd, 2026, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad finally reopened after its longest and most comprehensive refurbishment in history. But here is what most guests don't realize. Disney didn't just give the mountain a fresh coat of paint. They executed a ground up mechanical resurrection and finally solved a storytelling mystery that has been missing since the ride opened in 1980. Today, we're decoding the hidden engineering and the Mother Lode secrets of the new Big Thunder Mountain. Big Thunder Mountain is a 46-year-old mountain that was starting to show its age. Since opening on November 15th, 1980, the Florida version has been operating in a brutal environment. 100 degrees heat and tropical humidity, 365 days a year takes a serious toll on the steel track and mechanical systems. During this 16th month closure, Disney did something unprecedented for this attraction. They replaced the entire steel track, every inch. Working with Vekoma, the same manufacturer involved in the original construction, the track was rebuilt from scratch with modern profiling that makes the ride dramatically smoother than it was on opening day. New ride vehicles were also installed throughout the fleet. The new track and redesigned train chassis are so much more efficient that Disney officially lowered the height requirement. It dropped from 40 inches to 38. By refining the engineering, they made a classic thrill coaster accessible to more families without losing a single mile per hour of its top speed. Disney also restored special effects that has been dormant for years. The two smokestacks on the sides of the mountain, an effect that had been inoperable for a long time, are now working again. As Imagineer Dan Flynn put it, we were able to bring back that lure and tie it in. For over 4 decades, there have been a massive plot hole in the ride story. The queue introduced in 2013 tells us clearly that this is the Big Thunder Mining Company. We see crates of gold nuggets. We read correspondence from Barnabas T. Bullion, the obsessed owner who founded the company and refused to abandon the mountain no matter how many supernatural things happened to its miners. But once you got on the ride, no gold. Just rust, red rock, and desert formations. Imagineer Dan Flynn confirmed that this rebuild finally fixes that. Look closely at the exterior rockwork on the lift hills. For the first time since 1980, natural-looking gold veins have been integrated directly into the mountain's facade. The Q lure introduced in 2013 now connects all the way through to the ride itself. We finally see what the miners were actually digging for. The most significant new scene happens underground on the first lift hill, now transformed into the Rainbow Caverns. Wyatt Winter, executive producer at Walt Disney Imagineering, described it this way. As you enter the caverns, you encounter phosphorescent pools, shimmering stalactites, and hundreds of audio animatronic bats. The scene begins beautiful and welcoming. Then a crack of thunder transforms the entire cavern into an eerie red space. It's a warning from the mountain that you should not continue. It's a scene setter that completely changes the emotional arc of the ride. You know immediately that the mountain is aware of you, and it doesn't want you there. But the biggest change happens at the end. The old finale has been replaced with the Mother Lode scene. As you crest the final lift hill, you enter a cavern dripping with gold. The legendary claim that Barnabas T. Bullion spent his life and fortune pursuing. You finally see it, and then the mountain reacts. Dan Flynn described it as the mountain physically pushing riders out. A surge of lighting and rumble that propels the train back toward the station as a final warning. The gold was never meant to be found, and the mountain made sure you know it. The core of Big Thunder Mountain is intact. The layout hasn't changed. The speed hasn't changed. The wildest ride in the wilderness is still the wildest ride in the wilderness. What changed is everything around it. Smoother tracks, new vehicles, restored effects. a beginning that sets the story, and a finale that pays it off. The shaking rock effect that was permanently disabled following a malfunction years ago has not been restored though. Instead, that scene has been completely reimagined as part of the Mother Lode reveal. It's a safer and more dramatically satisfying replacement. Big Thunder Mountain is proof that at Disney, refurbishment can mean reinvention. By replacing the track, lowering the height requirement, and finally adding the gold that's been missing from the story for 46 years, Imagineering has ensured this mountain will stay wild for another half century. Next time you're climbing that final lift hill, look past the red rocks. The gold was always there in the story. It just took 46 years for the engineering to catch up. If you had to spend 16 months rebuilding any other Magic Kingdom ride, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments and be sure you're subscribed with notifications on and you'll see me in the next video.